former Electoral Commission Chairman Dr. Kwadwo Afari-Gyan has supported calls for the review of the 1992 Constitution, emphasizing its crucial role in advancing the country's democratic journey. He expressed these sentiments during the One Ghana Movement's UPSA Law School 4th Constitution Day public lecture here in Accra. The following report has more details.
The Constitutional Day One Ghana Lecture Series is a collaborative initiative by One Ghana Movement and the UPSA Law School aimed at promoting civic engagement, enhancing governance accountability, the rule of law, and human rights. The lectures critically assess aspects of the 1992 Constitution, contributing to charting a developmental path for the country. Addressing this year's theme, Reflection on Our Democracy, the Constitution, Elections and the Judiciary, a former chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kwadwo Afari-Gyan, voiced concerns about certain aspects of the current Constitution. He expressed support for its review, highlighting the importance of maintaining the independence and separation of powers between the executive and the legislature. Dr. Afari-Gyan proposed a system where ministers are not appointed from Parliament, allowing legislators to effectively check the executive.
In my view, with about half of ministers, plus some of the deputy ministers drawn from Parliament, the legislature cannot effectively check the executive. Cabinet decisions are binding on ministers and deputy ministers, and they must be defended by them, including in Parliament. I think that a system where ministers and their deputies are drawn from outside Parliament will be better suited to holding the executive in check.
He suggested the implementation of periodic reports by the Council of State on advice given to the executive.
Apart from the President, the Council has power to advise every public institution in Ghana. Based on my own experience at the Electoral Commission, I can say that the Council takes briefings from public institutions and gives them advice in turn. I think it will help the public to gauge the Council's impact if periodically it issues a report indicating what advice it has given to which institution.
Advocating for empowered district assemblies with real power and adequate resources, he also called for the election of MMDCs and the involvement of political parties in the election of assembly members. Former Attorney General Joe Gate and former Attorney General Maretta Brew both offered agreement and disagreement on key issues in the lecture. They proposed various opinions on the democratic process in the country.
I agree. We must see how we will fund assembly members for them to perform their duties. But also, before I forget, any review of the local governance system should look at the role of the chiefs in the governance at the local level. Indeed, there are studies that show that about 60% of the populace listen to their chiefs more than anybody else.
Changes to the electoral process are bound to happen, but these should prioritize inclusivity, protecting the right to vote, accessibility to the voting process, transparency, and fairness in counting the votes and the declarations. Now, how do these two decisions of the Electoral Commission achieve these objectives? How do they even arrive at this decision? Was it at IPAC? Was it with the political parties? I don't know.